Assalamu alaikum everyone and welcome to EdLab Pakistan. My name is Hadra Mohammad Salim and I'm going to facilitate this lesson for you. आज हम आपसे जिस टॉपिक पर बात करने जा रहे हैं that is the continuation of our discussion on teachers as counselors. In this short series, we are going to discuss the different roles which are played by a teacher in the classroom. We will identify the root causes of misbehavior, discuss the characteristics of a counselor, along with some skills and strategies which you can apply in the classroom to minimize such behavior issues. In the previous lesson, we had talked about the concept of counseling, discussed the 12 common thinking errors or cognitive distortions which are the root causes of misbehavior, and then we had very briefly discussed the core components of counseling, which are empathy, positive regard, and congruence. In the last lesson, we had left off the conversation at the point where we wanted to discuss how we can use these components to create an environment in the classroom which is suitable for counseling. And today, we're going to discuss how we can do that along with some skills and strategies that are going to be very helpful and effective. So let's continue from where we had left off. Empathy, positive regard और congruence, ये 3 कोर कंपोनेंट्स हैं जिन्हें अपनी क्लासरूम में इनकॉर्पोरेट करने से आप अपनी क्लास में एक ऐसा इन्वायरमेंट क्रिएट कर सकते हैं विच इज़ सूटेबल फॉर काउंसलिंग, बिकॉज काउंसलिंग इज़ नॉट पॉसिबल विदाउट दीज 3 बेसिक पिलर्स. और इन तीनों कंपोनेंट्स को अपने क्लासरूम में अप्लाई करने के लिए देर आर सम वेरी बेसिक स्किल्स दैट यू कैन यूज़ as these are the characteristics of teachers as counselors. Let's take a closer look at each of them. The first and foremost characteristic of a teacher as counselor is love and care. As teachers, हमारी ये primary responsibility होती है to impart knowledge, which we do through our own qualifications and experience. Adding love and care to this recipe of the teaching learning process further strengthens the dynamic. इससे positive regard develop होता है, because when we love and care for someone, that means we are accepting them for who they are with all their merits and demerits. Next we have rapport building. Rapport building से मुराद है to build a strong relationship with your students, जिसकी foundation पे it is recommended that you place the core value of trust. You can do this by showing confidence in your students and by actively participating with them in different topics. And during these discussions, dear teachers, it is highly recommended that you value their opinion regardless of their age. इससे होगा ये that you will gain the respect of your students, vice versa, and it will make you seem approachable whenever students have any problem that they would like to discuss with you. Congruence and positive regard can also be developed through appreciation. Teachers, it is highly recommended that you recognize and value the efforts of your students as much as possible. A little praise can inspire them to do better in their future projects. यहाँ पर एक बात याद रखना ज़रूरी है और वो ये कि when you are appreciating your students, do tell them clearly what you are appreciating them for. सिर्फ गुड जॉब या ग्रेट वर्क कहना काफ़ी नहीं होता. द स्टूडेंट्स शुड नो कि उन्हें एग्जैक्टली किस चीज़ के ऊपर अप्रिसिएशन या प्रेज़ मिल रहा है. फॉर एग्जाम्पल, यू कैन टेल योर स्टूडेंट्स, यू completed your work on time, good job, your handwriting looks really neat, excellent work. और इस तरह आप अपने स्टूडेंट्स को अप्रिशिएट करने के साथ साथ उनकी इंट्रिंसिक मोटिवेशन को भी इंक्रीज़ कर सकते हैं. A large majority of people listen with the intention to reply, but not with the intention to understand. Hence, active listening is very important, especially if you want to create empathy. जब आप दूसरे की सिचुएशन को खुद को उसकी जगह पर रख कर समझने की कोशिश कर रहे हों या किसी इंसान के जज्बात और एहसासात को उसके पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू से देखने की कोशिश कर रहे हों, तब उसकी बात को गौर से सुनना, ध्यान से समझना बहुत ज़रूरी है. A great way to practice active listening is that when your students are talking to you, maintain eye contact with them, give them your full concentration, nod once in a while, smile, rephrase what they're saying and repeat it. इससे होगा ये that your students will receive assurance that you are listening to them and understanding what they are trying to convey to you. Now let's talk about impartiality. Majority of the people believe that a teacher should be neutral, unbiased, and should not show partiality or favoritism towards one student. This is quite true when we talk about the role and responsibility of a teacher as a facilitator. As a facilitator, a teacher is supposed to teach, objectively evaluate and assess students, impart knowledge, and provide clarification for their doubts. और इस सिचुएशन में if a teacher is being partial towards one student because of any natural quality that that student possesses, it can be very damaging or very destructive for other students. It can be very demotivating for other students and may affect their overall self-esteem. Hence, using statements such as "you're a very pretty girl" or "you're a very smart boy" is not appreciated. But when we talk about the role and responsibility of a teacher as counselor, there is a room for partiality. When we give extra attention to one student because of any natural ability or quality that that student possesses, it is called destructive partiality. लेकिन जब आपको ये पता चले कि आपकी क्लास में कोई एक ऐसा स्टूडेंट है who is suffering from some personal loss such as the death of a loved one, has some trouble at home, is dealing with some common thinking errors, or is struggling with some personal failures, in that situation, being partial towards that student, giving him extra attention, giving him love and care, empathizing with him, showing him positive regard and congruence is actually necessary, because this is an example of constructive partiality which is recommended to teachers when they take up the role of teachers as counselors. So far, we've talked about the characteristics of a teacher as a counselor and the skills required in order to create empathy, positive regard, and congruence in the classroom. Now let's talk about some effective strategies that can help you out. The first strategy that we're going to talk about is operant conditioning. Operant conditioning से मुराद है किसी भी स्टूडेंट या किसी भी बच्चे की बिहेवियर को इंक्रीज़ या डिक्रीज़ करने के लिए उसे रीइंफोर्समेंट या पनिशमेंट के साथ एसोसिएट करना, यानी सज़ा और जज़ा का इस्तेमाल करना. Both reinforcement and punishment can be either positive or negative in nature. यहाँ पर पॉजिटिव और नेगेटिव से मुराद अच्छा या बुरा नहीं है, बल्कि पॉजिटिव एंड नेगेटिव आर टेकन इन द मैथमेटिकल सेंस. पॉजिटिव से मुराद है बच्चे के एक्सपीरियंस में कोई चीज़ ऐड करना, और नेगेटिव से मुराद है बच्चे के एक्सपीरियंस से कोई चीज़ माइनस करना या रिमूव करना. एज यू कैन सी इन द टेबल ऑन द स्क्रीन, पॉजिटिव रीइंफोर्समेंट से मुराद है बच्चे के बिहेवियर को इंक्रीज़ करने के लिए उसके एक्सपीरियंस में कोई ऐसी चीज़ ऐड करना जो बच्चे के लिए डिज़ायरेबल हो. मिसाल के तौर पर when your students are performing well or they're obeying you, listening to you, completing their work on time, in that case you can give them positive reinforcement in the form of verbal praise. बच्चों को verbally appreciate करना is an example of positive reinforcement. On the other hand, negative reinforcement is when you remove something undesirable from the student's experience in order to increase their behavior. For example, if your students are behaving well, obeying you and doing their work on time, what you can do is remove something which they don't like from their experience. मिसाल के तौर पर अक्सर स्टूडेंट्स को होमवर्क करना पसंद नहीं होता, या फिर रीडिंग असाइनमेंट्स बच्चे एंजॉय नहीं करते. सो यू कैन आस्क योर स्टूडेंट्स दैट इफ़ दे कंटिन्यू टू बिहेव वेल, यू विल नॉट गिव देम एक्स्ट्रा होमवर्क और एक्स्ट्रा रीडिंग असाइनमेंट्स. नाउ लेट्स टॉक अबाउट पॉजिटिव पनिशमेंट. पॉजिटिव पनिशमेंट से मुराद है बच्चे के एक्सपीरियंस में कोई अनडिज़ायरेबल चीज़ ऐड करना, ताकि बच्चे का जो अनडिज़ायरेबल बिहेवियर है या अनवांटेड बिहेवियर है वो डिक्रीज़ हो सके. फॉर एग्ज़ाम्पल, when the child is misbehaving, you ask the student to stand in the corner of the classroom, or you ask the students to write lines. Then we have negative punishment. Negative punishment से मुराद है बच्चे के एक्सपीरियंस से कोई डिज़ायरेबल चीज़ रिमूव करना, ताकि उसका मिसबिहेवियर या अनडिज़ायरेबल बिहेवियर मिनिमाइज़ हो सके. फॉर एग्ज़ाम्पल, बच्चे से ये कहना कि उसकी रिसेस एक्टिविटी या ब्रेक पीरियड को बंद कर दिया जाएगा. डियर टीचर्स, please kindly remember that from a psychological and counseling point of view, negative punishment is least recommended. In fact, it is very much discouraged कि teachers negative punishment का इस्तेमाल करें because इससे बच्चे के ऊपर mental और emotional negative side effects हो सकते हैं. The next strategy is token economy. Token economy से मुराद है कि बच्चे के डिज़ायरेबल बिहेवियर को इंक्रीज़ करने के लिए उसे टोकन्स दिए जाएं immediately after he has displayed the desirable behavior, and then these tokens can be exchanged for rewards, for any gift, any object or even privileges. यहाँ पर टीचर्स जो हैं वो बच्चों के साथ ग्रुप डायनामिक्स बिल्ड करने की स्ट्रैटेजीज़ भी अप्लाई कर सकती हैं. फॉर एग्ज़ाम्पल, बच्चों के साथ जब आप टोकन इकोनॉमी की स्ट्रैटेजी अप्लाई करें, यू कैन मेक द चार्ट दैट यू कैन सी ऑन द स्क्रीन फॉर ईदर ईच इंडिविजुअल स्टूडेंट, or you can make one chart for the whole class and then ask the students to work together with cooperation and collaboration, ताकि जब वो चार्ट कंप्लीट हो तो बच्चे उस रिवॉर्ड को हासिल कर सकें, the one which they have been looking forward to. टोकन इकोनॉमी इज़ जस्ट लाइक प्लेइंग वीडियो गेम्स इन एन आर्केड, जहाँ पर गेम जीतने पर यू गेट टिकट्स विच यू कैन कलेक्ट एंड लेटर एक्सचेंज फॉर एनी प्रेजेंट विच यू लाइक. द सेम स्ट्रैटेजी कैन बी अप्लाइड इन द क्लासरूम एज वेल. बच्चों के डिज़ायरेबल बिहेवियर के एक्सचेंज में आप बच्चों को टोकन्स दे सकते हैं. उनके चार्ट पर या तो आप स्टिकर्स मार्क कर दें, उन्हें पॉइंट्स दे दें, यू कैन पुट चेक बॉक्सेस और इवन गिव देम टैंजिबल चिट्स और टोकन्स. नेक्स्ट वी हैव कैथारसिस. कैथारसिस से मुराद है अपनी रिप्रेस्ड इमोशनल फीलिंग्स को एक्सप्रेस करना थ्रू एनी मीडियम सच एज रिटन, वर्बल और आर्टिस्टिक, ताकि उन इमोशनल फीलिंग्स से आप रिलीफ हासिल कर सकें. When we share whatever is bothering us, we feel better, and same is the case with children as well. Hence, students should be given an opportunity to express and share if there is anything that is troubling them. To help your students with the process of catharsis, आप एक काम कर सकते हैं. Select one day from the week. उसके बाद either in the beginning of the class or towards the end, give your students 5 minutes. Ask them to take out a blank piece of paper. On it, they can either write or draw anything that they're feeling at the moment or have been feeling since the past few weeks. Towards the end of the class, the students can share this with the rest of the class or with you privately if they feel like it. And if they're feeling shy or hesitant, or if they've chosen to leave the drawing blank, they can simply tear it off and throw it in the bin. This is a great way of releasing frustration and any tension that has been building up inside the student. Another thing that you can do is set up a letter box in your class. Students can write letters to either you to share whatever they are feeling or to each other and put them in the mailbox, which can be posted or distributed towards the end of the day. This is also an excellent strategy to increase communication within your classroom. With all of these skills and strategies in your mind, can you come up with another solution for the case of Mrs. Ahmed and the students of 5A? Let's assume that Mrs. Ahmed takes up the role of a teacher as a counselor and role model for others. She shows trust and confidence in Ali and talks to him using empathy, constructive partiality, and active listening. She realizes that Ali had misbehaved because he had received a low grade in his last test. और जब बिलाल ने ये बात point out की, it resulted in labeling and overgeneralization. After catharsis from both students, Mrs. Ahmed uses positive punishment to resolve the matter, and because of this, Ali and Bilal continue to be friends. And this brings us towards the end of our discussion on teachers as counselors. In today's lesson, we talked about the characteristics of a counselor, the skills required to create empathy, positive regard, and congruence in the classroom, as well as some strategies which you can use for behavior modification. We hope all of this information will help you create a magical difference in your class as you continue the process of learning and development. Thank you very much for joining us.